Happy Friday, y'all. Hey. It is your girl, Marquetta Shanae, Miss From Faith to Fruition herself. And listen up, y'all. Okay, so I wanted to come on here really quickly to give some additional revelation in reference to the spirit of offense. I had made a post a few days back in reference to how the spirit of offense will have you hearing things and thinking things that were never said, right? And then my sis Ebony asked me to kind of elaborate, and I did that. And one of my other sisters sent me a video of a woman explaining further one of the intents of the spirit of offense. And I was like, whoa. And so the Lord began to show me some different things in reference to it. So I wanted to share those with you all. So the young lady I saw on Instagram, she might be on TikTok as well. She talked about this incident that occurred at her home, in which the woman carried the spirit of offense, and how she started to do some things or whatever that were just out of the blue, out of the ordinary, so on and so forth. The woman that carried the spirit of offense, she was like, it didn't make any sense as to why she was feeling that way and thinking these things, so on and so forth. She said, so once the incident occurred, she was getting ready to contact her mom to let her mom know what just happened. And she said, and the Holy Spirit stopped her and said, don't call your mom. And so she was like, well, why wouldn't I call my mom? Whenever something happens, I call my mom. And the Holy Spirit said, don't call your mom. And this is where the revelation came in. The Holy Spirit said one of the intents of the spirit of offense is to jump. Once she said that, light bulb came on. I was like, oh my gosh. One of the intents of the spirit of offense is to jump. What do we mean by jump? So, the situation happened to her. She's upset. She's bothered. She's getting ready to call her mom to tell her mom what just happened. What typically happens when we share offense with another party? If they are not guarded by the Spirit of the Lord, they tend to get offended as well by whatever it is that we're sharing. So now, not only are we offended, but the person that we shared the information with is now offended on our behalf, and they're now carrying the spirit of offense. And it took me back to, I remember I was studying Proverbs 31, and I was, saying, Lord, I was preparing myself to be a wife. Well, to be married. I'm already a wife. Okay. He who finds. But that ain't what this is about. And she will do him no harm all the days of her life, right? I remember getting to that part, and the Holy Spirit convicted me there. And he said, you haven't always, this is when I was dating this particular person. He said, you haven't always protected him and not done him any harm. So I stopped and I was like, what do you mean? I ain't never did nothing to this man. What do you mean, Holy Spirit? And the Holy Spirit said, because you haven't always protected his spirit. And so, of course, I'm like, what do you mean, Holy Spirit? I'm a strong woman of faith, and I'm always praying and interceding and all the things. What do you mean I haven't always protected his spirit? I cover his spirit all the time, And the Holy Spirit said, you don't. So whenever this is my transparent moment, whenever I would get upset by something that my child's father did, I would get bothered. It would just shift me. And I remember this one instance, and he called this back to me. I remember just recently, where we were on vacation, and I got so upset by something that he had done and something that he had said, and that shifted me. And of course, if my mood shifts, my man is gonna ask, what's wrong? What's happening? What's going on? And I shared it with him. And then his mood shifted. And to this day, this man cannot stand. It ain't funny, but he can't stand my child's father. All because of the thing. Now, I'm not going to say rightfully so. I was about to say rightfully so because there have been, I ain't here to talk about that, the bash. But when the Holy Spirit said you haven't always protected his spirit, the Holy Spirit said you should have brought that to me, not to him. Because what that has now done is allowed the spirit of offense to jump from you being offended to now he's carrying the spirit of offense. Now he's carrying unforgiveness because of what you shared. And how many of us, out of venting, out of even wanting advice to, or whatever in a situation, that we've taken it to other people and now they carry the offense because of what you said. Because of what you said. They don't have nothing to do with the situation, wasn't involved in the situation. He had nothing to do with it. But because of how I was feeling and I vented to him, he now harbors and carries the spirit of offense. And the Holy Spirit said, you didn't protect his spirit. And that's for somebody out there, for friends and family that you vent to. Much like the Holy Spirit said to me, you haven't protected their spirit. You've allowed the spirit of offense to use you to now have them be offended also. And even for those, thank you, Holy Spirit. So let's say you weren't offended by it, but you were just sharing it. Well, you don't know if the other person has the capacity to not be offended by what it is you're sharing. Some people have the propensity, like if you tell them something, they'll give you good advice and they won't necessarily carry it. But there are some people that will carry what you say and how you feel, and they will lock into that thing. And you done moved on from a situation, you done made up with the person, so on and so forth, but they're still carrying it. I used to be one of them people. You mess with my people, I'm finna ride with my people. I don't want to have nothing to do with XYZ because I know what you've said and what you've done to my people. So I'm cool on you. So that's another insightful way to look at it. One of the functions is to jump. Think about it before you go venting to your friends, to people. Take it to God, rebuke the spirit of offense, forgive, and continue to move forward. All right, y'all.